CTB. You know who it is.
Hey, what's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Concise the Barber. I'm totally excited to review this combo. I had it for a while, definitely was testing it for a little bit just to give you guys a real good, concise review. And we're going to be talking about the Cocco clipper and trimmer combo set, and we're going to dive right into this video. So let's get to the unboxing and I'll tell you everything that you need to know about it. Alright y'all, so that was the unboxing. So let's start with the price. That's the first thing I like talking about. And for this combo set right now, you can actually get both of these for $159.95. That is what is right now on the market. Definitely don't think that's a bad price for these. When they first came out, I believe it was $250 each. And to be honest, I wasn't paying $250 each. Some people wanted to be the first ones to get it and try it out to really see it feels really valuable at that price. And I can't say that it wasn't, but just for me, $159.95 is a better fair price, and I think that you can't go wrong getting this combo for, what is that, $320 for the combo. So definitely feel like $159.95 is probably the best price range that they both should be at, especially right now in the game. So that was for the price. Now we're going to get into the power and battery life. And in this section, it's definitely important that we understand the power and the battery life, how that affects the performance of your clipper and trimmer. So that being said, we are going to talk about the trimmer first, and I'm actually going to do the RPM test right here, right now. It says to be 7,200 RPMs, but we're going to test that right now, and then we're going to do the clipper. I believe that this trimmer might be more powerful than the clipper, but I could be wrong. It could be the same. All right, so that's at 6540. So it just hits that mark where I think it should be above, and that's not bad. I definitely can rock with that power. Now, when it comes to the battery life, and I'm going to talk. Matter of fact, let me do the RPM test for the clipper first, and then we're going to talk about the battery life, because that gets interesting. So it is exactly the same as the trimmer. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you get clippers and trimmers being at completely different RPMs, but these at the same 6,540 RPMs. So that's not bad. Majority of them, the Babeless, they come around about 68. Matter of fact, let's test that, because I know the Boost Plus has the highest RPMs out of this collection. So let's see. And that's close to about 6,800. It's about 67 and some change. So that being said, Cocco combo does come in just a little bit less power than the Babel's Boost Plus, but it's not that much of a difference. So nothing wrong with that. But let's get to this battery life. Now the battery life, as you guys see, I got a charger. And here's the reason why I think when it comes to this section of the battery life that we got to pay attention to, because when the battery has a longer charge time than run time, me personally, I'm not sure of the longevity of the life of this clipper and trimmer. Only because is that it's gonna take more time, always continuously staying on the charger, and I have less run time. We've seen that with older clippers sometimes, is that it will take either the same amount of time to charge, 120 minutes, it will last, or 90 minutes it will last, and 90 minutes it will charge for it. But when this is honestly flipped, I'm curious on what about the clipper and trimmer weren't allowed. They didn't figure out how to make the run time a little bit longer than the charge time. So if this was the only combo set that you got, you could run into a runtime situation. I believe, like I said, this is a 3-hour runtime with a 3-hour charge time with a 2-hour runtime, and it might not be the worst thing in the world, to be honest, to think about when it comes to buying these clippers and trimmers. Now, the packaging is also something worth mentioning in this video, due to the fact that how can I say this? I think that there's nothing wrong with this packaging, but it does scream at me like very generic, very just like, let's put something together real quick, something overseas, and maybe the budget is not there to really enhance the packaging. Some people won't probably look at this and like, bro, it's just packaging, who cares? Some people care, and that's why I'm talking about it. So, not saying that it's the end all be all, but the packaging looks like they just hurry up, got somebody to design it, put it on here, call it a day. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe, I believe Cocco got something newer coming out, and maybe they might upgrade it, or they might not, who knows? But these are brands that they really pay attention to how their packaging looks. So packaging is not much, and you open this up, you get the clipper, you get, surprisingly with the clipper, you get some guards, and you get a long cord and a block. Same thing for the trimmer as well, but you just don't get those guards. But to me, it's okay. It's real simple packaging. Now, when it comes to the design, we gotta talk about the design. This design, there has been some controversy going on, and I don't really want to get into it because a lot of people, once these came out, they did a lot of screenshots about the same exact design with different company or off-brand, whatever like that. Whatever. I mean, we could be all day, and you're probably surprised how many brands you think are original with a certain style or design, and they're not. But like I said, we could be all day with that. But the design, I honestly, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. This is, when it comes to the clipper, this is probably one of the most comfortable clippers that fits in my hand well. Once you are holding it like this, just that difference of the length between where the thumb is sitting and to where the blade is at, it does feel like you have like a long neck version of something, like when you're cutting. It kind of reminds me when I'm holding the detachables. Holding it right here, you still have all that length right here to do the blend. And the same thing with these, you have enough space right here. I do like the click lever. I mean, does it go with the clipper? Maybe not with the silver one, but the black ones and the gold ones, I think it stands out just a little bit too much. Like they just put this piece on it because it needs the lever. This is really me being real detailed. Sorry, but I gotta talk about it. When it comes to the blade, never had a problem with this blade or cutting blade. Now this is the clipper's digital gap version of the taper blade. I can honestly say that I do like how this cuts. We're going to talk about the performance, but I just wanted to say that when it comes to the design, it's not bad at all. Now it seems like they did the same thing with JRL, where you don't see the clicks, but you can just hear the clicks. So I definitely like that part about it. Oh, I see the clicks now. It's really, really small in the back, right there. if y'all can't see it, I'll show you a clip of it. But it's small, it's really out the way, but you mainly can just hear the clicks, and that's it. On and off button kind of reminds me of just a generic some style craft clippers that I have. They all have that on and off switch where it's right there on the nozzle. They went old school with it like that. They got the hanging hook. Not sure how many people still use hanging hooks. Use the hanging hook. A lot of people have either some type of charging station that they have for this, or because this does not come with a dock. I wish it did. Especially, I'm kind of glad, like I said, for the price, being at $159, being at $250 without a dock. That's crazy for me. So yeah, so I'm glad I waited. But like I said, it has a hanging hook. If you're still gonna use it, still gonna use it to hang, which is probably the best way to do it, really, so the oil and all that stuff don't get gunked up. But so that's the design. It is a little bit wide. It is a little bit longer than some. It is like the same length of my Apex clippers. I do like the weight. I think it's balanced very, very, very well. Like the fact that I can do that and it doesn't move. Love it. When it comes to the design of this trimmer, I mean, it has a skeleton version of it. It kind of reminds me of the Babyliss ones and Flex mixed together, but not bad. I mean, it's like what we're used to. Y'all kind of are looking almost the same, but just a little bit of difference in design. But this does come with the digital gap blade, and that's the next section we're going to talk about, is the blades that Cocco trimmer has been coming out with. This is one of the biggest things that people are talking about when it comes to the Cocco brand, because they have this thing called digital gap. And I got these from Barber Salon in New Jersey, and the owner told me that there's 3 people, and I think it comes with a paper where you see that there's 3 people that touches this, make sure that it's nice and lined up in zero gap without you have to do anything. So it's digitally gapped and it's tested by 3 people just to make sure that you get a real premium blade right out of the box. And I honestly have to say this, just my take on digital gap situation. Honestly, your preference, I think it is to know, some knowledge of how to even to gap your blades if you're going to do that. Now, they focus on that saying of zero gap, which is technically you not really putting both the cutting blade and the steel blade together, so there's no gap at all. It's just a term that's been overly used and improperly used in a sense, because what you wanted to do really is to be close enough that there's still a gap, that it's not going to bite but give a nice sharp line. At the end of the day, that's what everybody's looking for. Majority what everybody's looking for when it comes to their sharp trimmers. The tap and goes that can do everything without jacking your client up. At the end of the day, that's what it really is. So the one thing I noticed that Cocco does really focus on is the type of blades that they're using. Now, a lot of people thought these were the same as the Babyliss blades, and I have learned that these blades they have a different hardness to it. Depending on which digital gap blade that you have, this is the Ambassador DLC, and I believe the hardness of this one is about 90 or 80 or 90, I believe. That's where I'll show you guys a clip of that, of how it came. So the hardness is different than, they're saying the hardness is different than the majority of other trimmer blades out there. So when I switched this out from the original digital gap blade to the Ambassador DLC, I have seen something very interesting. We're going to talk about performance in a few. But I would honestly have to say that I don't have a problem with the design, them doing the same close design as Babyliss. They also said that I believe the amount of teeth on the digital gap blades are different than Babyliss and everybody else. So I'm definitely going to check that out as well and give you guys some more information throughout the video. But I thought that was something that you guys might want to know about why Cocco, the Cocco industry or the Cocco brand is going so strong in their movement when it comes to the digital gap blade and the quality of the blade. So now we're going to talk about the performance of the Cocco trimmer and Cocco clipper. I know y'all been waiting to hear my input on this combo, so let's get into it. And like I always do, I'm always going to have some clips. I'm going to show you guys how well these things do perform. We're going to talk about the trimmer first. So when I switched out to the Ambassador DLC blade, I will honestly have to say that this thing is probably the most well-rounded trimmer out in 2023. It's definitely up there. I want to say top 3. I feel like I say that all the time, but I'm gonna give a little bit more time. I definitely think it's top 5. And here's why I say that is because there is nothing that this trimmer with this blade can't do. It can still give you great lines. It can still bald out. It can do all of that. Now, when it comes to like tap and go sharpness, where this digital gap is at, this does have a competitor, but we'll talk about that in another video. But when it comes to the performance, these trimmers do perform like how they're supposed to. And honestly, they perform with the hype that has been around it. I cannot lie that the Ambassador DLC blade, this one is this is a good this is a good setup. Haven't done anything, haven't touched it, nothing. The Ambassador DLC, now I believe this blade is up there. I believe this blade by itself alone is about $75. That can be a lot for a blade. They put a lot of work into it to give you guys a real nice, precise digital gap blade, and also a good quality of, you know, stainless steel, all of that jazz. So that's up there. If it's in your budget, I would definitely say get this blade. The one that it comes with, nothing wrong with it. It's just more of an all-around. It's more of an all-around blade. It doesn't hit for me. I don't know why, but it doesn't hit as well as this one does. But it still gets the job done, and it's up there being one of the best blades I've used so far. Just being honest. So the RPMs being at where it's at, like I said, I had no problem with balding out, anything of that nature. Feels good on the skin. Now, they definitely did gap it well. It's balanced on both corners, not one side sharper than the other. And now I do not like anything that I know that if I put in the front line, it's just making a 100% crisp line. Just because out of my experience, I do not go down at the bottom of the neck or behind your head where you get like a taper or ball. Like I don't use it in those areas. However, I did try it on myself, and I did not have no problem, no irritation, no scratch. So I was like, wow, that's nice. The only thing that came close to this to me, and I could talk about that in another video, is the Andis blades. And the reason why I say that about the Andis blades is because their cutting blade is more made with the curvature. But like I said, I'll talk about that more in a different video. But Cocco, I honestly will say that, you know, the small little details that you put into the trimmer, the performance, you know, did a great job when it comes to the trimmer. Now, when it comes to the clipper, it performs just like every other clipper I have. It definitely easily compares with the Gold Magic clips, the Babyliss Plus, the Sabers, the Gammas, Low Pros. It does perform the same. You know, the blade setup is nice. Honestly, I like the black wedge blade on my Babyliss one just a little bit more better than this. It gets a little bit more closer due to the style of it, of course, but this taper blade is nice. This clipper is a nice clipper. It feels good in my hand. That's why I like using it, you know, using it more. It has that nice weight to it. I like my clippers to have a little bit more weight to them. Performs well, didn't have no problem with bulk, didn't clog up or anything. So like I said, I have a few clippers that do the same exact thing. so it doesn't stand out too much. The trimmer stands out a little bit more than the clipper does, and I think that you guys would not be upset for getting that trimmer. But if you got the clipper, you probably say, you know, it's just a nice clipper to have, just to be honest. So the performance, nothing crazy, you know what I mean, that this clipper can do that there hasn't, you know, any other clipper can do. But you know, that's just my take on that. So the observation of the Cocco combo, I will honestly say that it's a good setup. I definitely feel like they're in competition with the other combos out. I recently just did a video with the Davis combo, with the Stylecraft combo, with the Masters, and this Masters TI liners, Magic Clips, and the wall detailers. Like, it's in that group. It doesn't, to me, they don't stand out to the point like they just completely dominate the clipper and trimmer of the combo. But I will honestly say that this trimmer is nice. I will say that, and I'm glad that I got it. The clipper, I am glad that I have this as well. Don't get me wrong. It's just another clipper to pick up the cut with. But the trimmer, I have certain clients that have some real strong beard hairs, and this trimmer is going to get it like no other. So that being said, these are a good combo, definitely up there, definitely can be a top 5 combo. And if you guys want to get these, make sure that you look up Barber Salon. That's where I got it from. So shout out to Barber Salon for allowing me to even do this review for y'all. And also look at the class that I did for them. And I think that was kind of a cool thing to be a part of. You know, Morano, he did his class there, and he talked a lot about, you know, his influence with the brand and what he has done to change the game with the digital gap. So thank you all for watching this video. Can't wait to see you on the next one. And let me know what you guys think about the Cocco trimmer and the Cocco clipper in the comment section. And I'll leave links in the description so you guys can know, so you guys will know where to get these. And I'll see you on the next one. Be blessed.
CTB, you know who it is.